Hello and welcome everyone to the 27th video lecture of Principles of Marketing semester 1 model number 4. In today's video lecture we are going to study about the product life cycle strategies, that is what are the strategies you can use when you are through different cycles of your or different stages of your product life cycle. So let us begin. Generally, the product life cycle or any product has four marketing mix, that is product, price, place, promotion. So these strategies I'm going to divide into product strategy, the pricing strategy, the promotion strategy, and the placing strategy. So let us begin. So when it comes to the introduction phase, we know that this any product has four stages, that is introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. And this is your marketing mix, the four P's, that is product, price, promotion, and distribution. Distribution is nothing but place, the fourth P of marketing mix. So this talks about the marketing emphasis, that is where is your attention gonna be in your entire strategy or entire phase. So let us begin this discussion. So now in the introduction phase, okay, what is the emphasis? That is the marketing emphasis. Your marketing emphasis or your core attention should be on two main things. One is to create product awareness, and the second one is to encourage product trials. Now, how can you create product awareness? This can be achieved by mass advertisement. You can see whenever new products, see, remember this, we are talking about introduction phase, that is new products are being launched just now into the market. So whenever new products are launched, whenever you see new brands being launched, you see that the companies resort to huge advertisement. This results in huge advertisement expenditure for the company, whereas it results in quick increase in the sales or acceptance by the customers. So whenever you are launching new products into the market, the first strategy that you have to look for is, that is for emphasis that has to be given, is for creating awareness of the product, and generally this can be achieved through advertisement, generally large scale advertisement. The second thing that can be done is to encourage product trials. Now how can product trials be encouraged? Product trials can be encouraged by having smaller sizes, that is sachets of your products. Instead of having a half kg, 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg pack, you can have 10 gram, 15 gram, 20 gram trial packs initially, so that people generally do not want to invest into new brands and enter into financial losses if they do not like that product. So generally what people try to do is they try to purchase things in smaller quantity whenever they are trying a new product. So generally try to come up with smaller packets or sachets. You can see such kind of things in shampoos, detergents. Surf Excel, for example, had come up with a 2 rupee pack. It's even there now, though the quantity has reduced. Also, we used to have a 1 rupee this Surf Excel pack at the beginning, which has gone down now. So such kind of things can be offered. Product trials can also be increased in this stage by when you offer that product, that is small sachet. Suppose Surf Excel small 2 rupees sachet can be given free with an existing product of the same this company. Suppose you have one company which is one brand which is already existing. Now you are coming with a detergent, that is XYZ detergent. So a small pack of that detergent can be given free with the existing product. So people who are purchasing the existing product of your current from your company, that is current brand, they can try out your new brand as well. So this is the way you can encourage or increase product trial among customers. So these are the two things where you have to concentrate. That is, the first thing should be in introduction stage, that is to create product awareness, that is customers should be aware about the product. and second one is to increase or encourage the product trial. Now moving towards the marketing mix. Now when we are talking about the marketing mix, we talk about the product strategy first. That is, when we introduce new products, the first thing is we have to introduce only the basic products instead of concentrating on a lot of variety, different types of product, variations of the product. Our first motive in introduction phase should be to introduce basic products only. So only basic products are launched in this introduction stage. What should be our pricing strategy during introduction stage? Our pricing strategy in introduction stage follows two important strategies. It can be either price skimming or price penetration. Now what is price skimming? Now suppose if you're launching a new innovative product, a technologically advanced upgraded product which is not there in the market, suppose, and only your company is making it available for the public or for the market, then you have a competitive advantage because none of your competitor is ready to give the quality or maybe the features that you are giving in your product. So at that time you can be the price setter. You can increase the price initially and you can start with a very high price because you are the only supplier for the good. And then when competition starts coming up, what will happen is people will uh, start to go to the competitors as well. They will try to purchase from the competitors as well who are giving similar kind of product after some time. So what you can do is you can then reduce the price slowly. You can start reducing the price stepwise. This is known as skimming the market or skimming pricing, price skimming. So initially you start with a very high price, you skim the market. Skim is basically just like when you boil the milk, the fat, that is the cream, comes at the top layer. So you take a filter and you just skim it, or using a spoon you just take away the cream from that vessel. So that is nothing but skimming. Okay, so this is nothing but price skimming, where you are taking an advantage, where you only are the supplier of a technologically upgraded product or a innovative product. You are going for price skimming. That is, you are starting with a very high price because you are the only supplier at that time, and slowly when the competitors start coming, you are reducing the price stepwise, and then slowly you start reducing so that you should not lose market share. The second thing is a price strategy that you can use is price penetration. This strategy is generally used for products which are already there in the market. Suppose mobile phones are already there in the market, and if technologically and you are not coming up with a very upgraded model, you are coming up with a model that is similar models are existing, or similar specifications, similar features are existing with the current mobile phones of your competitor companies, then the pricing strategy you can use is penetrative pricing or penetration pricing or price penetration. So this is where you start with a lower price. Why? Because you do not have an upgraded product or an innovative product. There are many people who are already supplying and have a market share for the product. So what you have to do is you have to fight your competition with the price. That is, you should start with a very low price. Because of your low price, people will come and purchase from you, and slowly you will start increasing your share. As and when your brand starts becoming, people start becoming aware about your brand, your brand starts becoming popular, you can slowly increase your price. So this is completely opposite to price skimming. Price skimming starts with a high price initially, and slowly you start reducing the price when competition starts coming in, so as to not lose market share. It is used for innovative products. Whereas penetration pricing is used where you start from a lower price initially just to gain the market share initially, because you do not have a product that is innovative. People, that is competition already is there with a similar kind of product in the market, and hence you are starting with a lower price. Because of the lower price, people will purchase from you, and as your brand starts becoming popular, you start increasing the price. So this is nothing but penetration pricing. The third strategy, that is about promotion strategy. Now a promotion strategy, when is it used or how is it used in introduction phase? As I've already said, these are new products and to be launched just now. So during launch, company usually spends lot on advertising and promotion. So generally advertising and sales promotion to end users and dealers are done on a very large scale. Why? Because you want to increase the revenue at that time, you want to increase the market share at that time. And for doing that you have to increase the advertising and sales promotion through maybe it may be through contests, or lucky draws, or maybe discounts, or maybe rebates. So these kind of things you can try to do. And you can have some exhibitions sometimes somewhere, but for this all things you need lot of expenses. It generates lot of expenses for the marketing department. So you have to be careful whenever you are going for such kind of aggressive marketing. But whenever new products are launched at the introduction stage, it needs lot of advertisement and sales promotion. The last strategy that you can follow, that is distribution strategy, also known as placing strategy. It tells you about how to distribute. New products or new brands are launched, and at that time you need to appoint retailers, you need to appoint wholesalers, distributors at various locations, stockist for example. So these are nothing but you are creating your distribution channel, and this is what needs to be done. You have to build selective distribution outlets throughout the country. So this happens, these all things you are needing to do in introduction phase. The second phase is growth phase. So what happens in growth phase? What should be your marketing emphasis? Where should you concentrate on growth phase? So your main concentration during growth phase should be to establish high market share. Remember, if you remember the PLC, it is nothing but it is a stage where your this sales increases rapidly at an exponential rate. So when your sales is very high, at that time your strategy should change compared to your introduction stage, because in introduction stage your sales are not happening much. You've just introduced the product. In your growth stage your sales are increasing exponentially. This is the fastest increase in sales that you can see in the entire life cycle. Hence your product strategy in introduction stage should be to improve features of basic products. In your introduction phase you have launched only a basic variety of your product. Now you have to improve the features of the basic products which you have done. So basic products has to come up with updated features. Some specifications can be increased. Maybe if it is a mobile phone, the RAM size can be increased, the camera can be upgraded, the look, the style, the design can be changed. So such kind of changes can be done in the product. So this is the product strategy that you can use for growth stage. In the pricing stage, however, what happens is you have to reduce the prices enough to expand the market and establish market share. So what happens in this say basically what happens is you have got a market share. Now you have to defend that market share from the competition. So that is why in growth stage you have to try to defend that market share. Also you have to increase your sales. In order to do that you have to reduce the prices initially to expand the market and establish market share. If you reduce the price, newer people will come in and try out your product and try to purchase from you. So this is how your pricing strategy should work. Generally people go for reduction of prices in growth stage. What happens is, suppose if you're selling one product for 10 rupees, remember, one product for 10 rupees, and the profit that you're generating is 2 rupees from it. Okay, one product you are selling in a month for, or in a day, you say one product you are selling in a day for 10 rupees and the profit is 2 rupees. Instead you sell it for 8 rupees, and instead you sell it for 9 rupees, your profit will be 1 rupee. But because you have reduced this by 10%, your sales might increase by maybe 200 or 300% in that case. Actually, this is a very hypothetical situation, but if suppose instead of one, people purchase three items, then they invest 27 rupees for that and you get 3 rupees. So what will happen is, this is a growth stage, people are ready to purchase and your sales are increasing exponentially. So your profit which is there will also go up because your revenue goes up. So try to increase your revenue in this, that is, try to reduce your price and try to increase the sales turnover, that is the amount of sales volume that you can generate. So try to increase it, and this can happen if you reduce the per unit price of your product. The third strategy that we are talking about in growth phase is about promotion strategy. So what is the promotion strategy that you are gonna do? So generally, the mass media advertising can be done, and you have to establish brand image. This is the stage where you have to try to increase your brand image, and generally you have to use mass media advertising for this. That is, you can advertise on television, newspaper, radio, so magazines, these kind of things. These days we are using a lot of social media also to advertise. Some people use Instagram for advertising, some people use Facebook for advertising, people have also started to use WhatsApp for advertising, but Instagram I feel is one which is very popular among youngsters. So if your segment product is there which can appeal to youngsters, you can go for Instagram advertising. There you if you have a business account, you can also promote your products in them, and you can go to specific segments or specific geolocations there. So you have something known as geolocation tagging also. So a lot of things are there possible in social media also, which is very less when it comes to cost per advertisement. So this also you can think of. But generally in growth media you have a lot of advertisement in mass media. So advertisements can be seen, sales promotion techniques also can be seen in my various outlets. Lastly, in distribution strategy, we see that the number of outlets can be increased. Why? Because there is an increase in sales. So one outlet in a city cannot handle all the increase in sales. So instead of having one distributor in a per city, you can have two, three, or maybe even four distributors, because remember, this is the growth stage. So in growth stage what happens is, you have lot of sudden increase in the sales, and every day the sales is increasing, and that too exponentially. So you need more number of outlets throughout India. So this is how you have to go for when it comes to growth stage. The third stage what we are talking about is the maturity stage. In maturity stage, the main marketing emphasis is to fight competition. Now remember, in growth stage you have competition, but in growth stage you have only limited number of competitors, or maybe no competitors at all. That is why your sales are increasing at an exponential rate. But in maturity stage, your competitors have come in, and there are lot of competition. There is lot of competition. There is cutthroat competition. You have to fight the competition, and at the same time you have to generate profits also. So how can you do this? The product strategy to achieve this objective might be to design products version for different segments, that is different products for different segments. We have seen that each segment has different taste and preferences. So similarly, now you can, instead of having only one base product with better uh, this features, you can have different varieties of products for different consumers, maybe based upon pricing, based upon the quality, based upon the certain features. You can have different types of variety, means in that only gold, silver, platinum, this kind of things you can have for your product. So such kind of things can be done for when your product enters maturity phase. Then pricing strategy. In pricing strategy, as there are many competitors and they are ready to give uh, products at lesser price compared to your price, and there is as they want to increase the share of the market, they want to get more and more customers. So you will also be forced to reduce the price even further, or at least match your price with that of the competition. So hence, if your competitor is going for discounts or reducing the price, you will also be forced to reduce your price. This you have very easily seen nowadays with telecom industries. When Jio entered into the market, it reduced the prices. So other telecommunication giants like Bharti Airtel, Vodafone, Idea at that time were forced to reduce their prices as well. So they tried to match the competition. Why? Because if Jio would have sold their plans at lesser price, it would have got more and more shares. So in order to stay relevant in the market, it was imperative, it was compulsory nearly that Airtel and this Idea or Vodafone also needed to reduce the prices. The next strategy that we can use in maturity stage was is promotional strategy. Under this strategy, what emphasis is given is uh, for brand strengths to different segments. That is, we have to emphasize brand strength to different segments. What are the strengths of the brand that we have to tell to various segments, and we have to design the brands based upon the taste and preferences of the customer. So we have to try to promote our brands, different brands, or maybe the same brand with different varieties to different consumers. And lastly, the promotion strategy. The promotion strategy here is to maintain just a second, I'll try to remove that. Okay, to maintain intensive distribution. Now what do you mean by intensive distribution? See, remember, this is the maturity phase. Maturity phase, the sales are not increasing like that in the growth phase. They have become nearly stagnant, or they are increasing at a very slow rate. So not much increase in the competition is there. So what not much increase in the sales volume. Here you can see the sales volume have become nearly the same day after day. So that is why your major objective is to get all the sales that is possible. You should not leave even a single sale that can happen. So in such a scenario, what you have to do is you have to make the product available to the customer. None of the customer should go empty handed. If they are coming to purchase your product, they should go away with that product. They should not go empty handed. That is empty handed just because your product was not available. So the main motive is to make available, and this can happen only through intensive distribution programs. That is, your distributor should be able to keep the product there at the shelf of the shop where the customer is going to come and purchase. It should be available all the days. Then lastly, the fourth stage in the product life cycle is decline stage. Decline stage is the stage where your product sales starts to go down. During this, what should be your marketing emphasis? Your main emphasis or main concentration point should be to minimize the marketing expenditure. Remember, sales are going down, the revenue is going down, as a result of which your profits per unit will start to decline from this point. This is the decline point, that is why it is known as so because your sales are going down, your marketing expenditure which you were doing it during the growth phase, maturity phase, cannot remain the same. That also goes down. But the brand name is already there in the minds of the customer. People know about the brand, but people are not purchasing that much as they were purchasing earlier. So that is the main feature of decline stage. So what is the product strategy that we can use in decline stage? So in decline stage, the product strategy that can be used is to rationalize the product range. That is, sometimes what may happen is you may be needed to reduce the number of products or number of varieties that are there with of your brand. So if that is the case, then you need to reduce the number of varieties. Those varieties which are not performing well, they can be removed off the shelf. Stop the manufacturing, marketing of such things, and concentrate only on those varieties of your brand which are performing really very well. Pricing strategy can be to reduce the prices further. Now you can reduce the prices further, get minimum profit that is available. Anyways, you are not spending much on advertising and promotion in decline stage. So or you can get as much profit as possible from the declining sales. The promotional strategy is to minimize or minimal level of just a second, I'll remove this. Okay, the promotional strategy is to minimal level or minimize the level to retain loyal customer or maintain loyal customers. So what happens in this stage is you have to maintain the loyal customers, those customers who, even though the growth stage is gone, the maturity stages are gone, your sales are declining, but still they are sticking to you. These are the people who are, because of which your sales are happening now. So you have to try to maintain them, and that is why you have to be available in the market. Your product should be available in the market. So that is the thing what you have to do. You have to try to minimize, that is, you have to try to maintain your loyal customers. And lastly, the distribution strategy in decline stage will be to rationalize outlets to minimize distribution costs. So in this case, if you want to merge distributors together, merge the distribution centers together, merge the stockists together, you can try to do that, because your sales have declined, your revenue have declined, your profits will go down. So you should try to reduce the cost also. This also includes the distribution cost, the transportation costs that are happening. So try to reduce it as less as possible. So these are some of the stages, strategies that you can use in various distribution or various life stages of your life cycle of your product. So with this, we end today's lecture. If you have any doubts, you can always contact us.